Building relationships with people who have diverse perspective, experiences, or even support when it comes to your career growth and development is very important. And that is why in this video today, we are basically looking at some of the most important people that you need to have in your career journey to come in handy in your career growth. I am glad to be joined by Paminas, who is ready to share with us as a professional coach some of the people that we really need to work with very closely to help us move to the next level in our careers. Thank you, Paminas, for joining.
Thank you, Mary.
Great. We are discussing about people that we should work with to support or to help us grow in our careers. And from your experience as a professional coach, who are these 5 people that we need to have in our career growth?
There's an African proverb that says, for you to see far, you have to stand on the shoulders of other people. Yeah. And you also remember way back, there's a politician who said another politician is like a giraffe. They also see very far. Yeah. So indeed, we need other people. Yeah. No man or woman is self-made. We rely on others, and I can bear witness. When I look back, I'm where I am because so many people have contributed to my success, maybe. Yeah. So having said that, who would I say are 5 key people for your career success? Number 1, I would say, is your direct supervisor and boss. And I know sometimes we have a not so good relationship with our bosses. But if you are very keen on the relationship, this is someone who can help you grow in terms of skills. Yeah. They can tell you where you are doing well. They can also offer you opportunities, you know. And I've seen many people, when they look at the relationship they have with their boss, more positive, as opposed to this is a person who gives me a lot of work, this is a person who reprimands me. If you see it like feedback to make you look better, then you can really go far. Yeah. So number 1 is your direct boss stroke supervisor. Number 2 is if you have a mentor, and you should have a mentor. So a mentor is someone who can walk. They can help you by sharing with you the journey they've taken. For example, I use the example of you, Mary. If you want to become a CEO, and your mentor is it's a lady who's already a CEO, she can be able to tell you, Mary, these are the steps I take, despite maybe gender bias, despite me having a family. You know, because we know the challenges that you as a female you go through are not the same as what I'll go through as a man.
True.
Yeah. So the work of a mentor is to show you these are the actual steps I took based on my circumstances. And I believe if you can be able to do the same, you can be able to go far. Yeah. Closely related to a mentor is a coach. And this is where I come in as Paminas. So coaches, they act as advisors. So think of a football match. You always see someone, you know, helping the players, you know, become better. So a coach is able to tell you as it is. So they'll tell you, Mary, these are your strengths, these are your weaknesses, this is what you need to do, these are the resources. They'll be able to call you out. They'll be able to make you accountable. Yeah. And that is where, if you look at anyone successful in life, they have a coach. If you look at football players, if you look at the choir, which I know you participate, don't you have a coach?
We do have.
Yeah. So a coach is very, very important person. Yeah. Another person who can help you really excel in your career is someone who's an expert in your industry. Yeah. So maybe if I want to become the top-rated HR professional, again, I talk to someone who's in HR and they're doing very well because they have the industry knowledge. They know HR in out. I remember HR is not my first profession. I'm a qualified accountant. So the minute I switched professions to HR, I remember this lady, she was the head of HR for a multinational. And so she held my hand. She taught me about HR policies, performance management, how to come up with KPIs, how to draft contracts. So I wouldn't be here. I always reflect back because the knowledge she shared with me, I still use it to date. Yeah. And lastly, let's not forget the people we meet during networking forums, during events. Yeah, because why? They help us to widen our circles. And I can tell you and guarantee you this. If you're watching this video and you're starting in your career, maybe your first, second, or third job, you'll get it through job sites. But the higher you go, the more you need to rely on your networks, as opposed to sending out CVs just like anyone else.
Yeah.
Because the higher we go, people rely on trust. And so if I can recommend you that you come out strongly as you sending your CV. Yeah, so networks are really, really important.
Great.
Yeah, so if you're thinking about the 5 people who can help you, those are the people. Yeah.
Let's go back to the professional coach.
Yeah.
And this being an area that I know you've really worked with so many professionals.
Yeah.
How does a professional coach really come in handy to help anyone in their career?
I've been in this domain now for the last 14 years, and I would say I started offering coaching services at an individual level, and also as at corporate staffing as a business. We started supporting professionals. And the role of a coach is to offer you expert advice and career support. Yeah. And many of the professionals come to us because they've struggled with 1 or 2 questions, maybe related to career stagnation. They're wondering why they're not getting interviews. They're wondering, why do I go to interviews and I never get to hear back from employers? Or I've been working in this industry for these 10 years, I want to change. So they're wondering, how do I go about it? And talking to family and friends has not helped. So us being in this profession, you know, we interact with employers on a day-to-day basis. We interact with a multitude of other professionals. So we are equipped, and also because of our HR background, we are equipped, you know, to know what happens in the job market. So we are able to sort of shorten the journey for you. So it's like you going to Mombasa today. You can decide to walk, and you'll get to Mombasa. But how long will it take you?
Weeks.
To take you months even, and there are so many obstacles you'd meet. What about if you met someone and they tell you, oh, Mary, you want to go to Mombasa? All you need is a day ticket. It will take you 2 hours. You go and take your plane at JKIA, you pay this much. And guess what? Within 6 hours, you'll be in Mombasa. The destination is the same, but here, because you're relying on guidance, you're relying on advice, you're able to do to reach your destination faster, and you're able to make better decisions. Yeah. You can even come and sit with a coach and they'll tell you, oh, maybe based on your budget, you go with SGR because this is what will work for you. Or because it's a holiday and you want to see the sceneries, we'll even get you a tour van. You see, this person is advising you based on your circumstances. So it's the same case with a coach. So if you are watching this video and you're struggling, you're wondering, why hasn't talking to family and friends help? I would highly recommend invest in a coach. It will make,
coach.
Yes, it will make a very big difference. Yeah. The other area we advise as career coaches is also on skills development and helping you set goals. Yeah, as far as your career goals. Goals, yeah.
Great. So you've spoken to someone watching this video, and perhaps they could be wondering, how do they find a reputable coach, and what should they expect in the coaching process, which you really touched on. So maybe you can shed more light on how can someone find a reputable coach.
So I would say for us, the advice I have for anyone looking for a coach is, number one, ask the coach who they've worked with before or who they currently support. You might find there's a coach who's maybe specializes with professionals who are at leadership level, executive level. There's another one, maybe they talk to entry-level graduates, you know, university level. So find out what is the area of specialization. For example, for me, I feel more that I'm able to add more value when it comes to candidates who are mid-level and senior-level executives. Yeah. So if you come and you are entry-level, it's not that I can't be able to help you, but we do have very many other coaches here at corporate staffing who can be able to really offer you insights. Yeah. So that's number one. The second thing is you can also consider their level of expertise. For example, I am a CEO. I'm someone who's changed careers. I interact with decision makers. I interact with employers at board levels, directors, decision makers. So I'm able to offer also such insights and expertise. Yeah. So you might find a coach, they will advise you more on CV interviews because that is their level. Yeah. So, and also let's not forget reputation. So are they well known in the market? Have you been able to see them share their knowledge and expertise, either in terms of forums or social media, the way we are doing? Because that will give you some, you know, to give you some insights into who they are and how they work. Yeah.
Great. I do agree with you. It's very important for every professional to have people in their lives that they work with to help to hold them accountable.
Yes.
in their career journey.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you, Mary.
Great. Indeed, for us to be able to maximize on development of our career, how it is, the direction the career is taking, as Paminas has mentioned, it is important not just to have a mentor, but also a coach. Your boss, your supervisor comes in handy. But the most important thing, just as Paminas has highlighted, is having a professional coach. Someone who is able to hold you accountable, someone who is able to remind you of some of the goals that you had set so that you ensure that you're able to achieve your goal within the shortest duration possible. We encourage you to reach out to us. We help you to chart the way forward. We help you to walk that journey. And we are all glad together to empower, to educate, and to inspire you to move to the next level in your career. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.